Today we're breaking down the Under Armour Curry 6 Flotros. Let's go. What's good, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's Zack here. Tamster's Kicks breaking down basketball shoes, and today we got the Under Armour Curry 6 Flotros. If you guys have been here for a little bit, you've seen that I love Curry basketball shoes. Like, honestly, one of my favorite shoes besides Kobe's, and like I've tried all of them, and every time they do a Flotro, I throw it up on the channel. So we have the 6s today. Kind of an interesting shoe. But putting the Flotro on it, I had to try them out because I kind of like different aspects of the upper and stuff. So I was kind of excited to get them in. So we got them in today. We're going to break them down. If you guys haven't seen a video from me, we're going to go through the traction, the cushion, support, materials, fit, all that good stuff. Hooped in them, so I got all that little bit of experience hooping in them, but we'll break it down today for you guys. So 130 for these bad boys. Kind of interesting with the back little hook, but nah, they're not bad. At 130, I like the aspects of them because I think the upper construction is kind of nice. They have this mesh tongue. They have a different knitter. I mean, we'll talk about the materials, break it down later, but I just kind of like the transition on them. The instep is very, I feel like, I want to say trend setting a little bit for what Curry and the Flotro brand has done for his next shoes with even getting into the 9s, 10s, 11s, 12s. You have this entry that I think is kind of similar to a lot of the future models. So I was excited to see them throw the Flotro, that flow outsole, onto the Curry 6s. First up, the traction is that patent Under Armour flow technology. So super nice on clean courts. If you guys seen me break down basically any Curry shoe, this is the best traction cushion setup out there on a clean court. Outdoors, not good, gonna break down. It's just foam. You don't wanna be hooping in this outdoors. And then dusty courts, I still do like the traction and I love them so much on this shoe, but a dirty court, you do have to wipe a little bit. I still think it's an elite traction cushion combo, but that flow is just, it can pick up a little bit of dust if it's dirty, so watch out for that. But on a nice court, definitely a goated outsole. I love it. The cushion is that same Under Armour flow with a little firmer, adding a step-in comfort. So as I mentioned a little bit, you have this kind of step-in aspect to the 6s, which has been a little different from past models, and it's just kind of a wider base here for the foot and the ankle. And I like it combined with the flow tech. So basically the flow traction and cushion is one unit, and then you have the upper molded onto there. And I love it because it just feels the core feel is phenomenal. You play in it, you feel right with the core when you're jumping, moving, cutting, the bounce is nice. This is more of the older style of flow. Under Armour's done a really good job at repurposing this Flotro foam, and so it's kind of a little bit older, not as updated, but it still has that little step-in comfort, which I like. And I mean, overall, the flow, you just can't go wrong with it. So one of my favorite setups. The materials feature a lightweight upper combined with a foam sock liner. So you got textiles, open foam sock liner here to get you into the shoe, and not any overdone Achilles padding. It's just kind of nice in there. And I love the setup here with the materials. I think it's very breathable, especially that open cell foam unit in there. You can really feel the breathability on it, and that's one thing I've liked with them. I don't like these at all. I don't like this aspect. I mean, I get it for pulling the shoes on. That's literally the point. Look at that. Oh my gosh, I get my foot in the shoe, but I don't know. It's kind of childish in my opinion, but I like it. I like the construction too, how it goes into this kind of more durable faux leather nubuck here into that tight knit material. You have a little bit of a fade, and then that sock liner open cell here. So it's breathable, not really constricting anywhere. And size wise, it doesn't force you to go up a size or half a size down or anything like that. So I think it's just a solid material setup. So the fit, true to size. Now, these ones I think provide a little bit more of a wider setup. I just actually did the Curry Foxes, the deer and fox ones. And those ones were a little more narrow in the actual setup. These ones are a little bit more wider, but I would definitely still go true size. But if you have a wide foot, be cautious, because a lot of shoes, what's a good one? I think Sabrina's are a good one. When you press in, if your foot's wider, it's gonna go over this into this instep part, and it kind of causes discomfort in your fascia along the big toe down into the actual Achilles tendon area. And so sometimes that causes some pain. So I think you can still go true to size, which is the recommendation, because if you go up half a size, you might feel a little bit off with how big it might be. I used to wear a half size up in Curry's all the time because I actually like the fit of that. So you can do that. I would probably try on a pair if you're trying to get these ones, just to kind of feel if you like that extra bit of like room in there with the width, or if you just want to keep it true to size for the tightness. But overall, probably stick true to size, but just be wary of that. So with the support, one thing, you have an internal P shank in here, shank plate, for a little bit of stability, midfoot, absorption. Like, it's supposed to be really for like high energy return while you're playing, hitting the ground, getting that flow back in you so you can propel and keep like moving and stuff. It does feel pretty good. I feel like you can tell that Under Armour tries to add a little bit of containment into this, because you really just have this big foam setup with materials just meshed on top of it. So they try to add a little bit of support, but it's not anything crazy with that. But like, you can tell that's just kind of like a little detail, that it's that internal P shank. Other than that, I like the support here because it's not like overly too like over the top. I love that about Under Armour Curry shoes. I think the 6s do a good job of keeping a good solid like foundation right here, and then allowing the rest of the shoe to form to you. Yeah, so support is pretty solid. Traction and cushion, definitely elite rankings, guys. Like I mentioned, even though this is a little more outdated foam flow, I love it. I love the tech. I feel like it just plays so well. I'll never like think I'll prefer another playing style. I think I love how Kobe's feel, because they just have this old school court feel. Nike Bass, just I love the feel of them. But like, outside of that, this flow is just phenomenal. So I love the setup on it. Then the rest of the stuff, the materials, fit, and support, which is kind of the ones I was like, is it going to be worth going into the Flotro old models or not? I'd probably give them a good rating. I wasn't blown away, really. So I have been impressed with, I think the 2s were the Curry 2 Flotro, I want to say, was the one I was like, oh my gosh. I think it was the 2 and the 4 that I actually really enjoyed. These ones were good. I feel like the materials were still breathable. The support is nice. Like, nothing is over the top on them. But I was wanting to see if they're going to do something kind of a little more drastic, if like adding the Flotro is going to change it up a lot. And it really wasn't like that. Like the Curry, the 4s that were the high top one, when they threw that flow on there with that like high top that he used to wear, I loved it. Like, they added that and it was like, oh my gosh, like these work now. Like, you really loved it. And these were just, I think they were good. They're solid. So the flow is not going to mess up the shoe at all, but they're okay. So that's kind of like my Curry 6 Flotro breakdown a little bit, guys. Thanks for checking out the channel, the video today. Let me know if you guys like the Curry 6s, if you got them, if you've had them in the past. But yeah, we'll see you guys on the next one.